Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So today I'm going to be playing with this new Art Journal Digi collage set that I've created, which is now available on my website. This is called Spirit of Nature, and as you can see, my main focal lady is all made up of bits of trees. So we have leaves, maple leaves, we have acorns, and we have a tree canopy for a hare and a couple of butterflies in there for a little bit of decoration. There's also a few other bits and pieces that you can use. There's a flower border, there's some sentiments, but the other two sheets in the kit, you have two 8x8 leaf pattern digipapers, or backing papers, or underpapers if you want to call it, with a selection of different style quote blocks and that kind of stuff to use. So you have ones that are actually on leaf shapes and ones that are in circles and squares for easy cutting out. So this is, again, high-res PDF that you can purchase from the website. Once you've downloaded it, you can print it on 8.5 by 11, or you can resize to fit A4, as I have done. So I'm going to be creating my art journal page using this today, but I'm going to be using one of the Cairn Craft sheets from my Junk and Disorderly 8x8 art journal that I got from Indigo Blue. So let's have at it. So I'm going to begin by cutting out all the bits and pieces from the collage set that I've decided that I want to include in the layout and construction of my art journal page. Because of the wiggly lines around the leaves and the tops of the tree canopy, I decided I was going to use a craft knife and scalpel rather than a pair of scissors. I find that using a craft knife I have far more control over where the blade goes than I do with a pair of scissors. Sometimes they can be a bit clunky and clumsy. Once I've cut out all the bits and pieces that I'm going to need or want to use on my art journal page, I'm going to grab some distress markers. So I'm going to grab a green crushed olive distress marker. I'm just going to go around the edges of the cutouts just to hide those raw white edges. I'm also going to do the same with the spice marmalade, which is an orange one, where on the parts of all the cutouts where they're orange. So the butterfly will also get an orange edge, and the leaf that I cut out for the page will also get a green edge too. So once I've gone around all of the edges, I have the little bits and pieces that I'm going to include in my journal page, so it's time to start construction. So I decided that the main backing paper on the art journal page, that I wanted to have kind of rough torn edges all the way around. So I decided just to nibble away about half an inch or so all the way around, which would also then make it sit better inside the main page of the craft card. You actually get to see a little bit of that craft card around the outside border. So now that I've nibbled and chewed all the way around the four sides of my backing paper, I can place it down onto the Cairn card and work out best where everything should fit on the page. It's not going to be overly done today, it's going to be fairly minimalistic, but just using the resources that I have on that DigiKit. You don't have to use everything. Next up, I'm going to be using 2 of the stamps from the Stippled Blossom stamp set from Stampin' Up. I'm not sure whether this is still a current set, but it's one that I have in my collection. I'm going to be using the Fern Green archival ink and that Blossom stamp, and I'm going to create a little border all the way around the outside of the page. And using the second stamp and Potting Soil archival ink from Ranger, I'm just going to create some leaf patterns just in each 4 corners and then kind of halfway up each, or in the middle of each side. Then using the Potting Soil archival ink and a blending foam, I'm going to go all the way around the outside of my cairn card to create a kind of dark grungy border, and then I'm going to grab the backing paper and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with that. So once I have my grungy border around the paper, I'm just going to have a quick clean up and tidy up, get rid of some of that excess ink to make sure I don't get it everywhere, and then I can stick my backing paper down onto my craft card. So to stick it down, I'm going to use the Collage all-purpose glue. This is a spirit-based glue. It allows you to have a little bit of wiggle room, so you can manoeuvre your paper onto the card before it actually grabs. You've got a few minutes or so before it does grab, so it's perfect for doing this kind of work. Now the backing paper is stuck down, I can start building or adding my collage items in the positions on the page where I want them. And for the butterfly element, instead of sticking that down flat, I'm going to add a foam pop dot to the back, just in the middle, and that way I can get a little bit of 3D, a bit of texture and a little bit of movement on the page. So it allows me to be able to lift up the wings and just create that little bit of extra embellishment. And then just to bring that background a little bit further into the foreground, I'm just going to grab that blossom stamp once more and just add a few of the stamps around the page just to continue on that pattern from the outside into the interior. And all that's left for me to do now is just to sign and date it, and then I'm going to call this page complete. It does make a change to create an art journal page without the use of any wet mediums apart from glue. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this simplistic, if not colourful, art journal page come together. If you have enjoyed it, please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Or if it brightens your day, give it a thumbs down. Share the video with all your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.